That was a weird ending.
That was painful.
Yeah. Painful for Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, it looked like it was just going to be a loss for the Steelers, and then everyone goes home, and then mayhem breaks out at the end of the Thursday nighter.
Yeah, it did. And going into this one, the Browns, they hadn't beaten the Steelers for, I don't know, centuries, it seemed. Baker Mayfield, 3-0 against Mason Rudolph in college. Mayfield was at Oklahoma. Rudolph was at Oklahoma State. He just rolled his eyes at me. Opening Browns drive. Baker. Odell Beckham Jr., he's got it. He's into the end zone. Wait, they review it. They say he was short. Mayfield would eventually score, and it would be 7-0 Browns here in the second quarter. Mayfield to a wide-open Jarvis Landry. Third receiving touchdown of the season. Landry's rolling now. Browns out top 14-0 over the Steelers. Here's Mason into coverage for Juju Smith-Schuster, and he just gets leveled. He is out with a concussion, so more bad news for your Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers down 14-0 at the half, third quarter. Another Steelers wide receiver goes down. Rudolph downfield, incomplete. Demarius Randall. Headshot to Deontay Johnson. Randall ejected for this. And he was livid, obviously. Johnson had to be helped off the field and did not return to the football game. Wow. So later, same drive, Rudolph got a little bit of time here. Dumps it off to Jalen Samuels. He's got a clear line to the end zone. Steelers cut into that lead and trail by just 7 after 3 quarters of uninspiring football. Fourth quarter, Pittsburgh deep in their own end. Rudolph picked for a third time in the game. Joe Schobert takes it inside the 5. Third and goal. Baker. This wasn't looking good for a second, but wait, up the middle, Stephen Carlson. First career catch is a touchdown. Goes up and gets that one. Browns go up 21-7, and then this is what Dan was alluding to. Rudolph dumps it off. Myles Garrett got Rudolph wrapped up behind the play, and he was got his helmet. Then he just hurls his helmet and hits Rudolph in the head. And you may remember, of course, Rudolph was out with a concussion earlier this season. So I don't think I'm going out on a limb to say that Myles Garrett is going to miss some time coming up here, because that's a big no-no.
Just why
what is the point of this here? Game's over. Yeah, that's not good. Whole thing wasn't good for...
And then Rudolph got dumped when he got back to his feet with no helmet on.
So if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you're going to be missing Myles Garrett for a while, but you did win this football game. In fact, you've won 2 in a row after losing 4 straight. This is the stat that Trey Wingo sent out before the game everyone was talking about. The last 6 Cleveland Browns coaches have been fired after a Steelers game. I think Freddie's okay here. Dan, in the National Hockey League, lots of great games, including a real nice tilt in Edmonton between the Oilers and the Avs. Just 2 points separating these teams to start the season.
And because of Connor McDavid's play in this one, people were looking for old stat sheets from Daryl Sittler's days.
Yeah, our friend Chris Cuthbert, I believe, sent one out, didn't he?
Why is that? Well, I'll show you. Opening shift, Nate McKinnon. Oh, gets run over by Zach Kassian. Matt Calvert steps in, drops the gloves of Kassian. Let's see how this fight goes. Oh, wow. Okay. A couple of good shots there by Kassian. McKinnon was shaken up after the hit, but he did stay in the game. Edmonton's top line on the attack. Leon Draisaitl finds McDavid. Drops for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Scores. 16 games with at least a point for McDavid. 19 for Draisaitl. This game is tied at 1. Oilers power play. McDavid walks around Ian Cole. His 12th of the season. He's got 7 goals in 10 career games against the Avs. Oil have the lead. Get ready for a lot of McDavid. Less than 30 seconds later. McDavid steals, Feeds Draisaitl. Wraparound attempt. Ends up on Kassian's stick. Scores. McDavid's 6th three-point game of the season. Took him just under 13 minutes. You want more, Connie? You got it. McDavid ties the Oilers franchise record for most points in a first period with 4. All Oilers through 20. Another Oilers man advantage in the second. McDavid.
Up along the wall.
Guess what he's got now?
Left wall, across to McDavid.
Hat trick. His second hat trick in 3 games and his second 5-point game of the season. The Hats, yes, are out. Another man advantage. Draisaitl to McDavid to Nugent Hopkins for the Nuges' second of the game. McDavid, 6 points through 40 minutes. That comes in just under 14 minutes of ice time. That's a new career high. He has not had any points in the third, as it's now a final. Wow. McDavid racked up 6 points, most he's ever had in a single game. The only Oilers with 2 hat tricks in 3 team games: Connie, Gretzky, Anderson, Curry. And if you're wondering what he's on pace for this season, Connie now on pace for 146 points.
Vancouver Canucks hosting the Dallas Stars. Jamie and Jordy Benn facing off in their home province of BC. Jordy, first brother to lay an impact, lays out Nicholas Kamano. Denis Gurianov sticks up for his teammates, dropping the gloves with Benn. Jordy's first fight as a Canuck. Ensuing faceoff, Jamie, breakout pass. Justin Dowling toe drag. And with that assist, Benn snaps a 5-game pointless drought, which his brother can only watch from the box. Like Como. Gets around Troy. Stetchy meets Jacob Markstrom. Dallas up 2-0, coming in riding a 6-game point streak. But Stetchy would make up for it. This point shot through traffic and in. We're tied at 2. Just before the intermission, Jordy Benn's shot is blocked. And here come the Stars. And it will be Tyler Seguin finishing off a real nice passing play from Dallas. Rough sequence for the elder Ben. 3-2 after 40. 4-2 was the final.
Jets and Panthers. Winnipeg shut out 4-0 by the Avs on Tuesday. Josh Morrissey breaking that game down.
It just felt like we were right there, and the pucks just kind of didn't go our way a couple times.
0-0 in the second of this one. Patty Laine to Mark Scheifele. Morrissey pinching. And Morrissey beats Sergei Bobrovsky. His second. Laine, he picked up his 200th NHL point. Florida with at least a power play goal in each of their last 7. Panthers man advantage. Keith Yandel to Mike Hoffman. Laurent Brossoit stops Alexander Barkov on the rebound. 8 straight games with a power play goal for the Panthers. 4 of Barkov's 6 goals this season on the man advantage. Early third. Scheifele. Watch this forecheck. Gets the puck loose. Laine has it. Laine finds Nick Ehlers. Beats Bobrovsky for his first point in 6 games. 2-2 halfway through the third. Scheifele and Brian Boyle get into it. Scheifele heads to the bench, gives Anton Strawman a shot. Just over 5 to play in the third of a tie game. Kyle Katter puts it on net. Laine rebound, feeds Scheifele. Laine and Scheifele 3 points each. Jets add an insurance marker as they hang on. Winnipeg 6-3 on the road now.
The disorderly conduct charge against Austin Matthews has been dismissed. Matthews and the female security guard who filed the complaint reached an out-of-court settlement on Wednesday. Matthews was accused of trying to enter the security guard's car at 2 a.m. while she was doing paperwork. When we return, Sidney Crosby underwent core muscle surgery on Thursday. How long will the Pens superstar be out of the lineup? That's next. You're watching Jane Day. Remember that, Toolsy?
I do.
Ooh, Toolsy's, I think his leg fell asleep.
I was cramping up. I've been sitting over there for a week, it feels like.
We did a post-game show. We did this show. How many shows are we going to do on this network?
Yeah.
We're hosting Off the Record. Is that still on?
Yes. This is actually the studio. This is a true story that they shot off the record.
That's right. That's
They used
right.
to do it right over there.
You can still smell Michael Landsberg's cologne.
That's right. Brute.
Brute. It smells like a man.
As you saw earlier, a fight broke out at the end of the Steelers-Browns game in the Thursday night. Myles Garrett swinging his helmet, hitting Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph. Going to be a ton of fallout.
That last shot there, it's devastating.
There
He hit him square in the head.
And the game was over. There was 5 seconds to go. Stupid.
Yeah, we've definitely not heard the last of that. And Myles Garrett said he's going to apologize to his teammates on Friday when he sees them. So curious if we hear more from Myles Garrett on Friday. Moving to hockey, Flames defenseman T.J. Brodie collapsed during practice on Thursday. An ambulance was called. He was stretchered off the ice and taken to Calgary Hospital. The team confirmed that Brodie was awake and responsive before leaving the building. Flames GM Jim Treliving went to the hospital where Brad Treliving went to the hospital where Brodie was being evaluated. Not Jim Treliving.
Okay, so they did tests. He's been discharged and he's doing well. He's at home with his family.
Yeah, and Mike Giordano, so, says Brodie's one of my best friends. Like, it's just to see that happen, it's just a devastating thing. A lot of stuff happening in sports on Thursday. Sidney Crosby had core muscle surgery Thursday. The Pens leader in points, expected to miss at least the next 6 weeks. The 32-year-old has been dealing with the injury since training camp.
Surgery in your core, man.
Have you ever had that?
No, never wanted. Now for the segment everyone's talking about.
Yeah, let's lighten things up a little bit.
Yeah.
This has been intense, this show.
Okay, so take a breather.
Let's have some fun.
Because here comes NHL Scrum Lurkers.
Been losing, so it's good for everyone to get a good feel.
Oh, man, that cheered me up.
That was magical. We needed that.
NHL reporters all over the league, thank you. That just,
Again,
that lightened the mood in here.
we've said it before. If you make it on Scrum Lurkers, it's a badge of honor.
Absolutely. We mean it in the best way. We sincerely appreciate everyone participating, even though they did not know they were participating. When we come back, we're going to do something different. All the best and worst from Thursday in one segment. I think it's going to be big. And FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying round-robin tournament. The Canadian women against Cuba. Kia Nurse, TSN employee, occasionally. Easy 2. The Nurse looking for teammates. Miranda Ayim. Canada shot 53% from the field in this one a little later on. It is Nurse. Again, very popular TSN employee. She had a game-high 28. Canada will take on Puerto Rico Saturday. They dominate Cuba.
There's 2 feet of snow outside the studios. Enough with the pumpkin.
Tim, how long will it take you to come up with a new Jannings animation?
Oh, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. It wasn't the goal that got in the Jannings. It's the bounce off the glass.
Right there on the blocker side, just a quick.
He had a couple of goals. And that went over the Avs. Jordan Stahl, shot block, gets the puck, takes another whack at it. 100th goal as a member of the Canes. He is their new captain. He'll take it.
R.J. Barrett spins around Luka Doncic. One-handed finish.
Nice.
R.J. Barrett is a Canadian.
Connor again. Feed from Draisaitl. Connie scores. High slot. 4 points in the first period. Matched the Oilers franchise pet record for most points in a period. A feat accomplished by Gretzky and Jason Arnott.
During his media availability Thursday, Evgeny Malkin experienced an interruption.
See it, I know, like, it's like not easy, but I'm ready, it's like I play with like team like long time, you know, like it's nothing new for me. It's fire. We need run. Okay, like I need to be fire, you know. I will be fire.
Guaranteed, the Penguins are going to start selling T-shirts that say "I will be fired."
They better.
Kristaps Porzingis. He was going to the Knicks locker, right? Because he used to play for the Knicks. He's like, "Oh yeah, I play for the Mavs now."
Hawks, Suns, Trae Young. Up through the legs. Ricky Rubio set up the floater plus the foul. They call it the nutmeg. I don't know why. Is there a reason?
Wow.
But it's not like
I can't
the spice?
explain it now.
It's not the nutmeg spice?
I don't think so.
Nutmeg, it goes in Christmas treats.
Justin Dowling, beautiful goal. Filthy toll drag, and Alexander Radulov scored a beautiful goal in that one too.
No, nutmeg you put in eggnog, don't you?
Right. Yeah,
That's the only thing it's ever used for.
You know, why didn't producer Tim do an eggnog animation for the Jays? That would make sense. Pumpkins are over, Tim. Figure it out.
So much news in this show. The Portland Trailblazers are reportedly set to sign Carmelo Anthony to a non-guaranteed contract. 17-year vet only appeared in 10 games with Houston last season before being traded to the Bulls, where he was immediately waived. The 10-time All-Star hasn't played a full season since 2018 with OKC, where he averaged over 16 points and 5 rebounds per game.
Fascinating. I'm fascinated to see how that turns out. NFL announced Thursday 11 teams have committed to attend Colin Kaepernick's private workout in Atlanta on Saturday. Former Browns head coach Hugh Jackson will be running the drills. Teams have until Saturday to submit the names of who will be in attendance. Mike Garafolo.
NFL Network star reporter Mike Garafolo.
There isn't a nicer guy on the planet than our NFL insider Mike Garafolo. And Mike Garafolo is in a brand new apartment. And it's almost like Mike is like living the life of the TV show Friends,
yes.
but if Friends took place in Hoboken. It's hip, it's cool, it's exposed brick. That's how Mike rolls. Mike, this Colin Kaepernick thing is so shady and so strange. He's supposed to have a tryout this Saturday. 11 teams currently say they are going to attend. Is this workout going to happen? Is he going to get signed?
Those are two really good questions. Is the workout itself going to happen? Because there's so much that still needs to be figured out, and we never see this where the league organizes a workout for a player outside of when they did a veteran combine a couple of years ago in the offseason, though, where they tried to get unsigned guys some workouts. You never see this for an individual player during the season with all the details still being worked out as we're getting to the point where he's got to get to Atlanta. He's got to fly to Atlanta. Until he's on the field working out, I'm going to sit there and say, is this thing really going to happen? I do think, though, if he gets out there and he works out in front of teams, it could lay the groundwork for him to be back for the 2020 season. I just, at this point, can't imagine he gets signed for 2019, though.
The Ravens face the Texans this weekend, so it's a battle of mobile quarterbacks. Baltimore, though, they might have a secret weapon when it comes to game planning for their opponent. What is that?
Yeah, they've got maybe the best scout team quarterback in the business right now in RG3, who's able to mimic a lot of different running quarterbacks. He did it with Russell Wilson. He did it with Kyler Murray earlier this year. And now he's doing it for Deshaun Watson. And their defensive coordinator, Baltimore's Wink Martindale, said that when they see Griffin out there, he's actually trying to mimic specifically what the other quarterback does. And I talked to Griffin about that. I said, okay, of all the guys that you've imitated this year, what's the best imitation, the best impression that you've done? Figuring it's going to be a mobile quarterback, right? He said, Tom Brady. I said, what? He said, well, because I had to break down my natural instincts when a play broke down or it was a bootleg. I couldn't take off and run because he doesn't do that. And I want to give the defense the best look. So I literally tried to run in slow motion. That's how he got them prepared. But hey, it worked. They beat the Patriots.
That's amazing. And then the Jets. They doubled down on their commitment to Adam Gase. Surprised a lot of people, Mike, but he's off the hot seat now. So who takes his place in the hot seat?
Well, he's off for now, but we'll stick in the New York market because Pat Shurmur with the New York Giants, John Mara, the owner, wouldn't even look up when reporters were trying to get him to speak after last week's game, a loss to Adam Gase and those Jets. And that's a bad sign for Pat Shurmur as they're in a bye week right now. I can tell you, I know John Mara. I know what he was thinking. He wanted to fire anybody and everybody. But the good news is he had that same feeling back in 2014 about Tom Coughlin and his staff, and he didn't pull the trigger. He waited another year because Coughlin and the Giants closed strong. So Pat Shurmur, that's the good news. John Mara won't make an emotional decision. The bad news is you got to start winning some football games if you want to change his mind.
Mike, it looks like it's fake brick behind you, but it's not. Please prove to us that it's real.
Well, I'm going to punch right through it like they do in the karate movies.
Oh, yeah.
It's real. It's real.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Take care of that hand, Mike.
He's okay. Riders QB Cody Fajardo took part in some limited drills in the team's closed practice Thursday as Saskatchewan prepares to host the Bombers in Sunday's West Final. Fajardo, who missed the Riders' regular season finale with an oblique injury, expected to play Sunday. Yeah, if I know Fajardo, which I don't.
No.
He does not miss that game.
No, there's no chance Cody Fajardo misses that game.
No. Are you ready for Sunday?
Oh, man. I'm so pumped.
Okay.
I'm so pumped.
Your day starts with the East Final. Eskies, Tabbies, it's going to be legendary. And then that's followed by the West Final. We will be in Regina, but we will be in the air during the football game and back for our show.
We'll be on Sunday night.
Yeah. It's the Riders and Bombers.
On Thursday, the Montreal Impact announced Thierry Henry is the team's new manager. The 20-year veteran will join the club on a 2-year deal. After the announcement, the former World Cup champion tweeted, "I'm excited for this challenge in such a multicultural and diverse city. I can't wait to be back on the sidelines."
Okay, Regina, we are leaving the studio and going right on a plane to go to the live podcast Friday night, and we have secured the greatest live special guest in the live podcast history of the show. If any of that made sense.
It did. And so there's still a handful of tickets left, so you better grab them.
Yeah. Okay, we have live.
Sell it out.
We have surprise guests every live podcast, but this one is gargantuan.
It's huge.
Just like Connor McDavid's night on Thursday. 6 points. He had a hat trick. 3 assists. Yeah, that equals 6.
The Oilers push it to 4-1. Wow.
Our You Blew It segment is where we point out our errors. Dan, you said nutmeg was only used for eggnog, but it could be used for multiple baked things: cakes, shortbread, donuts, cookies.
I don't bake.
Pudding.
I cook. I don't bake.
Okay. Yeah, and just another reminder, Regina, we're there tonight.
Can't wait.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And we're there also Saturday for the Pats and Prince Albert Raiders game. Experience Regina.
And I can't wait to maybe try Saskatchewan pizza for the first time. People say that it's a thing.
Dan's going to experience Regina in a big way.
Yeah.
We'll be back Sunday night.
So the one scene where we're like, oh crap. I thought the cap was on. We're all...
Jeez.
Did you guys just have the camera recording on that? On the desk?
That's Sneaky Z. Of course, Sneaky Z's one of our longtime crew members.
And he used to be a rapper.
Yeah, that's right. Sneaky Z used to rap in Oshawa.
Well, I thought the cap was on my Sharpie, and I went to draw, and I just drew all over the desk.
You need to bring out the Lysol wipes now.
Oh my God, you're so...
Yeah.